So, with the new generation of gaming underway for well over a year at this point, it begs the question of, is it necessary for Xbox to keep producing the Xbox One consoles? And well, apparently, Microsoft's answer to this is a big fat no. So let's get right into this video and discuss it. And if you're wondering what that intro was referring to, well, it turns out that Microsoft has discontinued all production for the Xbox One. This means the OG Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and of course the Xbox One X. And this comes from a report over on The Verge by one Joe Keighley. The article states that production of all Xbox One consoles had apparently stopped back in 2020. And of course, this was Microsoft's way of shifting their focus to the production of strictly Xbox Series X and S consoles. And what makes this interesting to me is the fact that Sony has not only not stopped production on their PS4 consoles, but they have in fact stated that the consoles will continue production throughout at least the rest of the new year. And really, that's not too surprising considering how difficult it must be to make PS5s given the current semiconductor shortage that has been sweeping the nation and will likely continue well into 2023 by all reports. The reason that this is interesting to me is the fact that it seems like Microsoft was really ahead of the curve when it came to their two console SKUs, because right now, it seems like the Series S is a lot of people's entry into this new generation of gaming. And this is due to the fact that right now, PlayStation isn't able to make nearly enough PS5s to keep up with demand, and the exact same can be said for Microsoft with the Series X. And let's be honest, it's not just an issue with the supply chain because we're also dealing with scalpers here, especially in regards to the Xbox Series X and PS5 consoles. And since the Series S is essentially a Series X with a cut down GPU and less RAM on top of the fact that it's all digital with a smaller SSD, it seems like it's not nearly as affected by the semiconductor shortage as the other consoles are. And it also seems like scalpers don't really want to waste their time with it to get less money than they would be getting with, a Series X or a PS5. So right now, the Xbox Series S is the most readily available console on the market, and it slots in very nicely as the replacement to the Xbox One. When you consider the fact that it has obviously a much improved CPU for higher frame rates and a better and much beefier GPU when compared with the Xbox One S. But of course, all of this recent news has led to a very silly discussion online about the PS4 quote-unquote holding back next-gen gaming. And folks, that just isn't the case. I mean, most of these games coming out over this next year were already deep in development before the launch of these new consoles. PS4 was going to continue getting games regardless, much in the same way that Xbox One will continue getting games regardless of its production being halted. Right now, gaming isn't being held back by any console on the market because right now we've yet to see true next-gen games taking full advantage of this next-gen hardware and its full feature set. I mean, it'll start with games like Starfield for Xbox, and presumably whatever Naughty Dog is working on after The Last of Us remake for PS5. And then obviously you got the games like, Insomniac showed Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. I mean, that stuff is not going to be on PS4. Much in the same way that I wouldn't expect Elder Scrolls 6 to be on Xbox One, or even Fable to be on Xbox One. But once we see that true leap into next-gen gaming, these new consoles, including the Series S, will be 10 times better than they are right now. And that's going to be one of the most exciting parts of this generation, when we finally get to see what these machines are capable of when they're being fully utilized. But what do you guys think about all of this old console news? What are your thoughts on Microsoft discontinuing the Xbox One, and what do you think about Sony continuing production of the PS4 through 2022? Leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. Leave a like if you liked the video, and please remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell if you're enjoying the content and you want to stay up to date on all my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.